Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So in the previous video that I posted, someone commented saying I should make a online game without the use of a game engine. Okay. The guy went by the username of Chris Hansen. Okay. And the way he worded it seems like he was commenting on a Danny video. I think he's a bit confused, but I'm not Danny. The sub count is fairly obvious. 403 million. Okay, so either way, I tried to get it through his head, but he kept on insisting that I make a game, online game. So,
hey, what's up, gamers? Alright, that was in my head. Alright, I think that was good enough. Okay, I think I satisfied you. Alright, so let's get on to the meat of the video.
alright, so and now after all that is done, let's actually get into the meat of the video. So the game that I am going to make online, because I don't, okay, let's be clear, I am not a network guy. I don't know nothing about how networking works. I just know how you can host a server and how online games work on a server, but I'm not willing to spend money on hosting a server. I think college has given us AWS stuff, but no, I'm not hosting it. Too much trouble. I'm just gonna like wing it. I'm just gonna use emails, pop IMAP. Alright, either way. So first day I started, I created the chessboard, which was fairly easy to make, honestly speaking. So I added a bit of texture to it as well to make it look like it was made of wood. You know, wood inside of a computer. Yeah, either way. So after that was done, I basically had to now assign each of the check boxes in the board programmatically so that I could add pieces to them. So I was not about to go like put like 64 boxes manually, code them in. No, I'm not that dumb. I basically created a loop which does it for me. So now I have like 64 boxes all evenly spaced and properly created. So now that that was done, I wanted a way that I could test it. So in order to test it, I created it such that every single time I click on a box, the box would turn red. So the test turned out just fine. Moving on, so the next thing I decided to do was to create movesets, because in chess, every single character piece has a moveset. Basically, the horse can go in L's, the bishop can go in a diagonal line, the queen is omnipotent and omnidirectional, the rook can go in a straight line, the king is just a bitch, and the pawns are just pawns. And so basically, I chose the horse or the knight to create and test the moveset for, because I think it's the easiest one to create and test. So it's basically, if the horse is in a position, let's say 5.5 in the board, the possible places that it can go is, let's say 5 is I and other 5 is J. So the possible places it can go is I plus minus 2 dot J plus minus 1 and I plus minus 1 J plus minus 2. So it's fairly simple to code the horse in. So after I did the first day, on the second day I decided that I would add in all the pieces type. So if you are familiar to programming, I created an interface which would hold all the properties, so that it was a lot easier for me to work with. So basically I created all the chess pieces classes. So the classes would be holding the chess pieces, say, what would they hold? You say they would hold its images, the black and white images. It would put them according to the context, and it would hold the name of the chess piece, W underscore king, W underscore queen, B underscore king, B underscore queen, shuts that. And then finally, it would also store the moveset of each of the pieces, like I coded in previously, like the horse or the knight. Alright, so after that, I basically implemented all the movesets and they seem to work. So yeah, win-win, I guess. First, I decided to make the moving thing, so that if I click on a piece and I click on one of the green boxes, then it would move that. Green boxes basically mean valid moves. So I coded that in. After that, I wanted to work on the networking side of things, because now that the pieces could move, I could see if they would move on the enemy screen as well, so it would be easier for me to test. So I basically created the online pop IMAP class, basically created 2 dummy emails and used Google app passwords for them and assigned them to black and white. So now that they were connected, I would basically be sending temporary emails to the clients and forward and backward, so that we would be able to move them. So after that charade was done, I basically launched it up and I moved it. It took a bit of a time, but it definitely moved on the enemy screen as well. So now that I was done with that, now I had to create. So the next day, I went ahead and created the rules. The first rule that I want to create was before. If the player selected white, they would also be able to control the black pieces. I wanted to regulate that, so I basically created so that if the player is the white side, they will only be able to control the white pieces. So now that was done, the next thing I wanted to implement was before, if you're playing a piece, then you will not have to wait for your opponent. You would be able to continuously play your pieces. There was no turn system, so I basically created a turn system. So after you play your move, you'll have to wait until the enemy plays their move in order to play your move again, which was fairly simple. I just took away control from the player for the sword instance. So after that, getting back to it. After that, I fixed the move set problem that we were having. So basically, I made it so that if there is an enemy piece, our piece would go up to the enemy piece, kill it, and take its place. But if there is a friendly piece in that place, it would go and stop just behind the friendly piece, just like in chess. So that was, I think, the hardest thing that I did in this whole thing. So yeah, after that was done, I decided to make a few small rules as well. So if you play chess, you know that if the pawn reaches the top or the end of the enemy's side, the pawn is automatically promoted to any that you choose from, for the knight, rook, bishop, or the queen. Here I didn't want to have the choice function, so I basically made it so that if the pawn reaches the end, it is automatically promoted to a queen. Easy as that. And now that we were done with that, I really needed to make a way to finish the game, right? Checkmate. Yeah, I was running on a time crunch this time because I had a lot of things going personal life. So after that, due to the time crunch, I did not implement the check function. So if you are playing with a friend, you just have to yell in Discord check, so the friend will have to place the moves that way. So now here's when it comes to bite me in the arse. Because of the lack of the check function, creating a checkmate function was really hard. Because in chess, if the king is under check, then if the king has nowhere to go, if the king is not under check and the king has nowhere to go, that is automatically a stalemate. If the king is under check and has nowhere to go or defend himself, then that is a checkmate. So yeah, I don't have the check function, so it's going to be fairly hard. Just like I just created it so that if the king dies, the game is over and the opponents win. Duh, gamer logic. Alright, after all that was done, I decided to clean it up a bit. And decided to invite 2 of my friends separately for a playtest. Here are the playtests. I'll see you after that. Alright, so after that was done, yeah, I won against one of my friends and I lost against one of my friends. So yeah, all that was done, and now I can officially say I created an online game without a game engine. Haha. Alright, either way, if you liked it, wait, too early. Alright, so small announcement for the next video. The next video might actually take a long time, because I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm working on something using Unity. It's not gonna be 2D, it's gonna be 3D. Let me say a small spoiler, RTX. Alright, so I'm basically working on a fairly advanced game currently for the channel. So that will probably be out in 1 month's time. It will take a long time. So yeah, be patient and wait for that. I might not actually upload for a month. Holy shit, that's a long time. But yeah, still, thank you for watching. If you liked it, please consider leaving a like. And if you have any suggestions, leave it down just like the previous guy did. As always, thank you for watching. Okay, I forgot. Alright, bye.